In this demonstration, we're going to look at some of the tools we can use for troubleshooting SMTP email within Exchange Server. So one of the utilities we have here is QViewer, and QViewer is accessed through the Exchange Toolbox. So within the Exchange Toolbox, what we have is, if we just go to the Exchange Toolbox, we have QViewer. And QViewer shows us the state of our current queues. So what we're looking at here is we're looking for any messages that are currently sitting in a queue, haven't been delivered yet. So what we currently have is we have our shadow redundancy queue used for the hub transport service. We have our submission queue, and as we can see here, no mail has currently been submitted, or if any has, it's now left the queue. Status is currently ready. What we also have the ability to do here is view any messages in the queue. We can also suspend the queue as well. So let's suspend the queue. Right, so the queue is now suspended. So let's just go to LonDC1. And on LonDC1, all we're going to do here is we're going to come into OWA. So with an OWA, what we've got is we've got a message currently sitting in the inbox. Not really too fussed about that. But what we are going to do now is we're just going to create a new message as as administrator, and we're going to send that email message to a user called Amra. Then what we're going to do, we're just going to put in test SMTP, click the send button, and that will now send the email message through to Amra. Let's just come back to LonEX1. Let's just do a refresh, and as we can see now, we now have one message sitting in the submission queue. So if we just double click on this, and what we can see here currently sitting in the submission queue is we can see from address administrator@datum.com. So it's currently ready, size is 6, see the spam confidence level, we can see it's sitting in the submission queue. What we can also see as well is it's currently our test SMTP message. So what we'll do at this point here is we'll come back to the queue, and what we'll then do through the queue is we'll just resume the queue. Right, we'll do another refresh. And what we can see is now the submission queue is now empty. We can also see that mailbox database 1 queue is popped up, but there's no message count, and we can also see our shadow redundancy queue. And if I'm quick enough, I can see some messages sitting in the shadow redundancy queue. And the shadow redundancy queue is there to protect the hub transport service. Right, another utility we can use for actually testing email is we can use Telnet, and Telnet will allow us to test port 25, which is the SMTP port, and we can do that by telnetting onto port 25 of the Exchange server. Right, so what we'll do here is we'll just go back to our domain controller, and on our domain controller I'll just delete this message. This was from an earlier little test I was doing, so we'll delete that email message. Then what we'll do is we'll just come back to PowerShell, and within PowerShell all we'll do is we'll use the Telnet utility. And we're going to telnet onto lon-ex1, and we're going to do that on port 25. Right, so that shows us that the SMTP service is listening. We'll just send a hello to authenticate through to it, and then what we'll do is we'll then start sending or creating an email message to administrator@datum.com. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to issue a mail from command. And I've done that by using the mail from fake@contoso.com in my case. We then need to specify who we're going to send the mail to, and we'll do that by using a recipient to command. And we're going to do recipient to administrator@datum.com, hit the enter key. And then what we need to do is put some data in there. So all we'll do here is we'll just issue data. Hit the enter key, we'll specify a subject. And the subject will just be test message. We'll do 1, hit the enter key, and this is a test message. And we'll end the email by hitting the period or full stop. I'm in the UK, hit the enter key, and as you can see it's now queued for delivery. So then what we'll do is we'll just come back into OWA, and as you can see now, there we go, fake@contoso.com, test message 1, and if we have a look at that, we've now got our test message. So at that point there, we've sent an email by connecting directly to port 25. Another nice little utility we've got, if we just come back to LonEX1 here, if we just come into our Exchange Admin Center, one of the nice little utilities we've got here is we've got delivery reports. So all I'm going to do here, I'll just blank off these people that we've already got in place here. We'll clear off the search report, and what we want to do here is the mailbox to search. If we click the browse button, we'll specify our administrator account. And then what we'll do is we want to search for messages sent to Amra. And then what we'll do is we'll click OK. Then what we'll do is click the search button. And as you can see, we've got our messages that have been sent to AMRA. So we can see the information in the delivery report. What we could also do as well is we could search for messages received from a certain user for administrator. We could also search for these words in the subject line. And that's the end of this demonstration of looking at some of the utilities that we have for troubleshooting SMTP in Exchange Server 2016. Thank you.